Powering on. Welcome to Altec Lansing.
I know it seems odd, but we almost forgot how this whole entire thing works.
Yep.
We've been gone for a while.
Month and a half.
We've been out saving the world.
Doing things. Not doing nothings. Doing things.
Yeah,
just not
things.
working on our YouTube channel, which, you know, hey, if you're out there watching, we're back.
For our massive subscribers, we thank you. Sorry it's been a while, but like I said, refocusing, reshifting, and now we're back with a series of new great products for you guys to check out and us to review. Chase is going to start off this week's video, though, on a sad note.
Man, so yeah, on a bike ride, I lost my Bluetooth speaker, one of the best Bluetooth speakers on the market, the UE Boom.
Absolutely.
One of the best. And I lost it to a lake as I was riding across a bridge.
It didn't jump out for sadness of its life. It just, you happened to hit something.
Yep. It popped right out of my water bottle thing, which, anyways.
It happens.
Sad day.
So we had a private ceremony for it.
We did.
I think we had about 7,000 people show up. Nelson Mandela was
something
there.
Like that.
Something like that.
7 million, I think, was
7 million.
2.5 million.
7 million. Okay. So the point is, Chase is a sad man.
Yeah.
So we had to go scour the internet.
Yes.
We had to scour the Best Buys, the Targets, we're going to get sued for copyright infringement by saying that stores, to find Chase another portable speaker. And, well,
we found one.
We did.
We thought we found one, but we found one. And it was the...
That's the Altec Lansing something speaker.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It's
the
a long
Jacket H203.
There you go.
Here it is.
Yeah. Actually, a cool little looking speaker.
It doesn't come with a tripod.
No, you'll have to buy your own. Yeah.
Neat feature.
It is something that you can actually, put onto a stand or something like that. But we were going to see, can this thing, and we were going to come at this from a non-biased perspective. Obviously, nothing in our books can beat the UE Boom, but can this thing hold its own in terms of sound quality and build?
Nah.
Well, here's what we found.
This is when we kick it right off. So first things first, sound. Obviously, that's the one thing you want to know. Sound. Personally, I have an affinity towards electronic music, and Corey has an affinity towards hard rock. I kind of am a weirdo because I like all of that, but
you could just
mostly listen to like jazz and electronic, that sort of stuff.
Getting onto that, we wanted to test this thing in all realms of music.
We did.
And Chase wanted to start it off with a few different beats of the hip-hop variety, and jazz and things like that. What did you find in terms of R&B, hip-hop, jazz, things like that?
It actually, in terms of like how it sounded, the mids and the highs were actually pretty great. They were crisp at mid to lower high levels, but the bass is where it falls off. And it wasn't like it was not like I was pushing it too much.
Right.
Trying to plug it in with power didn't do any difference, didn't get any juice.
Changing the Bluetooth like that.
But overall, like I said, it sounds good at certain volumes, but as you go up, it degrades.
And that's the thing too. I want to say that you really don't want to use this as a party speaker. It's not meant for big house parties. If you're getting crunk somewhere, you're not going to get the same quality sound as, say, one of our other awesome speakers.
Sorry,
right
you're
here.
aging yourself with that one.
I know. I got my pimp cup over here too. So on my end, I am a hard rock, heavy metal, death metal type of guy here. Chase is spilling things. So with that type of music, you really rely more on the treble and a little bit of bass in the back fold. But it started off impressive. I was actually pretty impressed by it, but it just ultimately failed. Once you crank that sucker to a higher level, it just starts to bleed in, and it gets all, what's the word I'm looking for? Crackly.
Yeah, crackly. It kind of breaks a little bit.
It's trying to impress upon itself the bass, and it doesn't work. And the big thing is, while the treble, as Chase said, in mid to lower levels sounds fantastic.
Great job, Altec, on that.
The second you get it to a higher level, it's like a muddy swamp of sound, and it just becomes distorted. And we did try, as you'll see in these videos, we did try several different settings, setups, places to put it.
On the table was the best, in corners was the best, so we'll move on from that. But obviously that's something that you want to know right out the gate. Does it sound good? So
and that brings us over to
quality build.
Build quality.
Yeah, or build quality.
This is where it does shine pretty well. So
this thing is a beast. It's got really thick Rubber. It's
or is
a
it
rubber
polyurethane?
No, actually, I think it's rubber.
I'm going to say polyurethane.
All right.
Because I like the word polyurethane.
Isn't polyurethane plastic?
Okay, it's rubber.
We'll go back to rubber. I don't know what the molecular is of that, but yeah, I mean, it's got a really, really solid build quality.
It's strong.
And coming from my UE Boom, which had an amazing build quality, this is actually on par with that.
I just marry the UE Boom.
God, I know, right? I would.
But it does. It has it's sturdy. I think you called it a tank, right?
It's built like a tank.
Yeah.
I mean, you can throw this thing around. You can throw it in a bag, no problem. You could probably put it.
Chase threw it at my head the other day.
And it's got this octagonal shape so that
it's octagonal.
Octagonal.
Or hexagonal. Honeycomb, whatever.
All the buttons are really secure. It seems like nothing would fall apart. I think this thing would last you years and years.
And it is waterproof. It says.
Yeah, it says. We were a little.
This is a demo project.
We were a little sketched to try this.
We're not going to have Chase go play with his rubber duckies in the bath and try and submerge this. But we did go out, ride around a little bit. It says it's dust proof.
Totally dust proof.
If you're like us and you go out any sort of outdoor activity, hiking, biking, climbing, whatever the case may be, and you have a speaker with you, you know those things are a freaking magnet for dust and dirt and pollens, and I sound like a Claritin commercial. But anyway, this thing repelled it all. We came back. It's a really easy wipe down. Good as new.
And that probably has a lot to do with why the sound quality is iffy, because it's so built like a tank that you gotta give somewhere, and the fact that it is waterproof, you have to give somewhere. So build quality is awesome, but it's definitely at a cost of sound at higher volumes.
Exactly. So. This is not. I mean, this is what you're getting. What you paid for. It's a portable speaker.
And how much was it? $70?
I think you can find these things somewhere.
It's about $70.
Yeah, they're Amazon has them from $60 to $90. Depends on the style. You can upgrade them a little bit. There's different casings that you can put them in. But this is just the standard. This is just the basic. So this is what we reviewed. If you're looking for something elaborate or crazy or something you can do a house DJ party to, you ain't gonna find it with the Altec Lansing. But it is what it is, and that brings us to pros
and cons.
First pro, Chase.
The first pro, absolutely build quality.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we were talking about it. It's an awesome build quality. And that's really all I have to say about it. I mean, the thing is built like a tank. You can throw it in a bag, throw it in your bike, throw it wherever. Actually, the fact that it has...
throw it at me.
This is actually a feature we didn't talk about, but it has a tripod thing. So it's got versatility and the ability to throw anywhere.
Conversely, though, if you put this thing up on any sort of pedestal stand or anything like that, that bass quality we were talking about that you're missing already, it's non-existent. Even worse. So
non-existent.
There's really no point in putting it up there. Chase is dropping things.
As I'm dropping.
Secondly, the second pro we got for you here is this is what I found to be the really cool thing. If you'll notice on the back, see the front, look, I can get really close.
Yeah, you can.
Front, back, you have 360 sound pretty much all the way around, and that was the real big redeeming quality to this thing. No matter how you placed it, put it, tilted it, whatever, you got 360 sound. That's all we can ask for.
And popping it into a corner, it actually really amplifies the sound. So even at like mid to high volume, you get a nice, solid sound.
Right before that distortion.
Yeah, right before that distortion. And that is leading into the third pro, which is the fact that it is IP65. I don't know what the waterproof rating is, but the fact that it's waterproof, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
that's amazing to me.
You don't have many of these speakers that can survive. That would have helped your UE Boom.
Yeah,
going down into the little lake there. So.
Yeah. Well, I think the UE Boom actually did have some waterproofing, but you could take it in like a steamy room. But
be fine.
This can be dropped in water. Again, we're not.
Disclaimer: don't go scuba diving with this.
Yeah, don't do it. It doesn't have a very. Yeah, it's not.
I think it's only good for I think 1.1 meters.
Yeah, it's not very.
About 3.5 feet. If you're in jacuzzi and you want to see what it sounds like in the hot water underwater, you might be throwing away $70.
To check it on the box, it is IP67 certified, which is dust, snow, water, and it's shockproof, obviously, because of the rubberized body.
I was shocked.
Oh, nice play. Whoops.
All right, but with every pro that we've mentioned, there comes the cons.
There is the cons, yeah.
And we've hit on all of them so far. The biggest one, which is number one, is the bass, treble, and sound quality at high levels.
But again, I mean, it goes back to the sound. Like, the sound is good at mid levels. Like, if you're just chilling, like, with your friends, and you just, like, in a small room, it actually has solid sound quality. Again, but if you're trying to fill a room with sound, it's not the right one.
It's going to sound terrible.
Altec,
like I said, the Harman Kardon right here.
This is legit, and the UE Boom, which comes around the same price too.
They're both. These are between $150 and $200. The sound quality of these are built for bigger parties, events, things like that.
To fill a room.
This is if you're out riding or hiking or
at the beach.
Or at the beach.
Yeah.
Great. So
and
you
it's
gotta
got
take
that.
it for what it is.
And if you want, like, Altec actually has a larger version of this, which is double the size. It's a little bit larger than the UE Boom, but it is, from what I understand, a better sounding, has bigger drivers, and I'm sure it has no problem. We forgot to add, as an alternate or to the sound, it has an issue of fading. So when you have high volume, it fades like in and out. It's kind of a weird.
For example, if you're listening to a song and the verse is playing, it sounds normal. Once it gets to the high crescendo of the chorus, Chase is right. It fades.
So
it comes back.
It's pushing too much air. I don't know, but anyways,
I usually push too much air out of my hole either. So it's just that honestly, we could throw in a lot of different cons with that. That's number 1, 2, and 3, and that's ultimately where the Altec Lansing falls short in our books. Ultimately, it's a great little product. I might have to give it a thumb.
In that same boat, I liked it. I liked it for its quality. I liked it for the fact that it has the threading on the bottom, which is really nice. But ultimately, this is one of those products that I had the hard time like saying thumbs down to. But just listening to it for a few hours, I was like, God, this is what you want. You want quality sound,
especially when you're paying
in a speaker. When you're paying $70, which is not a terrible price because most Bluetooth speakers come in like $100 plus range. So as a small speaker, sure, but you're still paying $70.
I wanted versatility, and that's where the UE Boom comes in. You can play that at higher levels and not have that.
Yeah, and we're not sponsored by UE at all. Like it's just a fact. We just love the UE Boom. Anyways, and that's also on.
Wait a minute, are we about to get historic here? Are we about to have our first dual thumbs down on this show?
Jeez, I don't think. Yeah, we are. I will have to give it a thumbs down. I know. I'm not.
It started off sad and it's ending sad.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a product. It
is that.
And I feel like if you're gonna spend that $70, you might as well go for the 90 to 100, 120. Absolutely. I think you can get a UE. You can get the larger Logitech, a larger Altec Lansing model for like 120,
something like that.
So you might as well spend that little bit extra, same build quality, which is awesome, for a little bit extra dough.
Great quality, great aesthetically it looks, but it's a speaker. Yeah. And ultimately you want what to come out of a speaker?
Good sound.
Sorry. Yeah. In our book, it just doesn't working, or it's just not working out. So it is our first dual thumbs down, but not to take anything away from it. It is what it is. Yep. So we're going to come back at you. We're taking care of Chase's sadness and losing the precious UE Boom. Next week, we got another one for you. As always, your comments and suggestions are appreciated down below.
Tell your
link
friends.
to this is always in the description.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell your friends, like Chase was saying. Yep. If you like this, subscribe. We don't care. We're still going to do these, but we always love to hear from you. Yes. Until next time, I'm Corey.
And I'm Chase.
Peace.
Peace.